what you say. They watch how you look. They watch how you dress. They watch everything about you. And when they only see you once a year, or if you run into them, you
Mhm.
got to look good. And when you keep reversing the aging process, they're like, what are you doing? Well, you remember that little company I told you about? Well, it's been great, so it's kind of been the win for me. And, don't be afraid to call a tax preparer at tax time because they're tired. They need kinetic big time. And that's so, and that's what I gotta share because
Yeah.
everybody's tired. GLP's great. Kinetic is awesome because it's also suppresses appetite and it keeps you moving. But I just think, I, in the middle of everything I'm doing, I'm still contacting, I'm still showing people the program, sending out videos. It's a lot of stuff to do, but it's so much fun. It is
Yeah.
really so much fun. So,
Yeah.
yay, go tax preparers.
BJ, I love your energy. I hope that my accountant has that same enthusiasm right now because she's got a big job to do. Just kidding.
There's some kinetic.
I do.
Yeah,
I keep
let's grab
sending her products.
All right, love you. I'm
Yeah.
driving. I'm gonna go now.
Okay, bye, BJ. I love it. That's so
Bye.
true. My accountant's on GLP and she's loving it right now. I'm so excited for her. Caroline met her when we were in California. And I mean, it's just, it's just one of those things like, yes, love on your accountant because they're watching your money for you. Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
Oh, hi everyone. Well, I want to say, yeah, I totally agree with BJ that people are watching. It's incredible. I met up with people on the weekend, and the first thing the lady said to me is like, wow, what are you doing? Are they the drops you've been using? Um, I want to know more about it. I've been watching you on Facebook. I've been seeing the stuff. I haven't commented yet, but I've been watching and tell me more.
Yeah.
So I think that so now I'm just going to absolutely flood Facebook now. So which is what I'm going to do, which is great. So she wants more information, and I think the other thing that really hit home before is no judgment, because I think I get in the way of myself a lot,
Yeah.
and I need to keep reminding myself to step back and just let it be. Offer it because I think it's a great offering. We have so many wonderful products, not just the GLP-3, but obviously that's one that's really current.
Mhm.
Um, and just offer it out there because you know what? People blindly take vitamins all the time, just whatever off the shelf. But we know that ours are really great and fabulous and making a difference. So, yeah, I got out of my own way as well, reached out to someone I met a couple of weeks ago
Mm.
just at a networking event. And she goes, yeah, I want to know more. I want to know more about thanks for following me. I followed you back. This is on Instagram. And she wants to know more. Her husband, she then shared with me just over a text that her husband lost his job in November.
Oh,
And her business was slow in November. She's an interior designer. So she was just going, yeah, I need a bit more stuff happening. Tell me more, tell me more.
yeah.
So yeah, you can't, like you said, you can't get out of your own way. Don't judge. Put it out there. Are you interested? Yes or no? Because I'm having a gathering this week. That's at my house, and that's kind of what I was saying. Oh, I barely know this woman. I met her once and I spoke to her for 5 minutes. I still invited her, and then it could turn into something fabulous. So
Yes.
that's my two things. Thanks.
I love it. I love what you just shared. It's so true. Everyone is watching. You just never know. You've got to keep posting, keep putting yourself out there. I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of you guys don't even realize how many people are watching you. You might have 1,000 friends, but that doesn't mean that all of those friends are actually watching you. It could be friends of friends of friends. See, when you open up your account and you have a public account, you actually have no clue. Right, truly. I mean, you could go in and if you look at the insights, it's kind of shocking actually to see how many views are on certain reels or videos or da da da. People are natural voyeurists. And if they don't have a ton going on in their life, they are on social media watching what other people are doing. That's one. And also two, they're also watching to see what's new, what am I missing? You know, it's almost like we go to social media now for our news. It's like everything's a newsreel, not to say that it's all real, but I'm just saying, you know, when they go in, they're watching. They're checking you out. They're wondering what you're up to. And the more consistent you can be with your posting. And I watched this video by Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you guys ever follow him. He's like a social media expert. He's like the father of social media. But anyways, Gary Vaynerchuk was saying you would have to post 6 times a day right now to get the algorithm really working for you. Does anyone have time for that? No, I don't. I don't have time for 6 times a day, but I promise you, if you do even one thing every single day, there are people who are watching. And if you open up your profile to be public, yeah, I know it can be a little scary. I get it. People are watching. Be your authentic self. That's what's most attractive. A lot of you guys, you're glowing for 2 reasons right now, and you don't even realize it. You're glowing because you're on GLP, and you're glowing because you look like $1 million because you're on the products. But B, you're glowing because you're sharing value. You're sharing things that could potentially help somebody. People are shopping who you are. They're wondering if they can trust you. Are you consistent with your message? Are you consistently sharing 3? In some way, shape, or form, if they were to go to your page and go at least 3 to 4 posts down, will they see that you have something going for you? Do they see you sharing your business, your opportunity, your project, your passion? Right? That's what they're looking for. That's what's attractive. So when we talk about social media and attraction marketing, what I'm really talking about is you getting enough pieces of information out there on a consistent basis that feel like you. Now, I'm going to say something that might offend some of you right now, okay? And I really hope not. We're doing so much AI right now that half of the stuff that I see on there it's kind of scaring me. I would prefer that you be yourself. I think a lot of people are doing a lot of AI. If you have distorted imaging, if you have imaging that's going out there that doesn't appear to be you, if your graphics are so distorted, like you're holding this big, huge bottle of GLP and you're like in the back somewhere and you look like a cartoon, please don't be that guy or girl. I love you. And I know that a lot of us don't have time to post and we're using a lot of the tools and the apps to do it. But I think that the most attractive thing, and this is not coming from me, this is not coming from me. This is coming from other social media experts, Gary Vaynerchuk, thing like that. We are in the day and age where people want raw and real. They want to see you in your aliveness, in your realness. Okay. So it's okay if you do some of those pre-junked AI posts, things like that. I think that's okay. But really try to sift and sort to make sure that they look like you, that they're like who you're trying to become. Does that make sense? So, and I say that lovingly, but I just like, even I've talked to like some other high profile leaders the other day, and I was like, to me, it's unprofessional to post out a bunch of AI content that doesn't appear to be you. Okay. So make sure that you're doing it right. Okay. Now, that being said, a lot of you guys, with using the pre-posting method, if you're going to do that and that's the only way you can do it, then fine. But try to mix in some realness. Try to mix in, you're going, to dinner with your kids. Try to mix in some reality, okay, with the AI. And we are living in a day and age where I feel like we're all just like going with the flow right now. We don't really know what to expect with all the AI content that we're using. We're just generating it because we're doing what everybody else is doing. I highly encourage you not to be a follower in that regard when it comes to the content you're putting on your page. You do need to be you. You do need to make sure that your photos reflect who you are and not like you 20 years ago. Does that make sense? Okay. And I love you. I'll say that. I will try to sandwich that in there because I think we're all doing the best we can right now with the limited time that we have. And there's been a lot of promotion and tools with the AI and all of that. I just want to make sure it still looks like you. Who's a good example of this? I love Lance and Tracy's posts because they're so authentically them. And even if they put something out that's even remotely AI generated, it still appears to be them. Okay, I really appreciate their posts. Who else's posts do I actually like Tony and Lisa's. I know that you guys do a lot of AI too. But yours, like you toe the line, my friend. Like, I feel like you guys still do it right where you're not putting something out there that's not totally inauthentic. Does that make sense? Like you always look really professional. I'm just calling some of you guys out. So there's some people you can follow. Let me see. Am I too AI? No, I don't know. Okay, and that's the thing. So if you feel, and here's the deal, I'm not your boss. So if you feel comfortable with that kind of content and that's what you have time for, go do it. But I'm just letting you know, listening to that 30-minute Gary Vaynerchuk talk this weekend where he said that the algorithm is wanting to work with you and so many people are using AI and there's a place for that, but you also want to maintain your authenticity. You want to be real. Okay. In a world where there's so much AI being driven and we're kind of like laughing at it, but also participating in it, right? You still need to remain yourself. You still need to remain authentic. That's my message. Okay. All right. So if you're asking yourself if you're too AI, you either are or not, and that's up to you. Right? I'm just telling you that there's a couple things that I see there where it's so distorted. Like I couldn't make out that that was your actual face. And there's been content going out with like other high profile people like Dr. Dan that doesn't even look like Dr. Dan. That's highly unprofessional, in my opinion. And I'll make it my opinion and not yours. Okay. It doesn't have to be your opinion. You don't have to take it on. But I wouldn't go in and take Dr. Dan's photo and AI it to the point that he doesn't look like Dr. Dan on a graphic. That's inappropriate. Okay. So, all right. So anyways, all right. Okay. Robin and Mike, you were first. Oh, or was it Mei Ling? Whose hand was that raised first? I can't remember. We're talking about connecting. Okay. Go ahead, Robin.
So, Adrianne, when you were talking about glowing, it just reminded me of this past week, my one of my ladies, I go to her farm to get her fresh meat, no antibiotics, no poisons. And so she was like, I had been talking to her about the GLP-3 and all the products and stuff. And she's like, well, I really can't afford them, blah, blah, blah. And then in the meantime, she's on these shots and they were making her sick and all this stuff. So I go in and I'm like, look, I have a waist now, and then she was like, what I noticed most about you? She said, your skin. Yeah. She said, your skin is flawless. It's toned, it's tightened, it's smooth, it's glowing. And she's like, I'll take some. And so she bought 3 bottles on the spot with me. I just happen to have them in my purse. So I carry them with me all the time, but she bought 3 bottles and then she's like, okay, if I like it, then I'll enroll, but I want 3 bottles now. So I sold her that. And then, my cousin who I had been talking to about the products as well, she reached back out to me. I kind of put her over here on the back burner, with family and all that. And she reached out to me and she said, I'm ready to get started. So she has started, and I agree with the authenticity because especially with weight loss and physical changes, if you're putting out something that's not authentic, they're not going to trust you. Right. And for me, I'm not that techno savvy. And I was beginning to compare myself a little bit with people that I see doing all the AI stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do that. Wonder how they, and I'm honestly not going to take the time to figure all that out because I'm more of a face-to-face people person anyway. So it's not a priority for me. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with, the real me right here, and so that is working for me and just, commenting where I can, posting here and there. And like you said, throwing in your life stuff that you're doing here and there or your interests or whatever it is, especially now that the weather's getting warmer, we have so much opportunity to get out and take, pictures and do, real stuff in the real world. And I do agree. People want that authenticity. They're not going to trust you if you're making yourself look skinnier. I see other groups, even, other companies, and they're like skinnying themselves down. I'm like, girl, I saw you at church. You ain't looking like that. Like I saw you. But anyhow, and that's a real thing that happened. But I didn't go up to her and say that. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, don't pretend, just be yourself. And people love that. They're going to love that more about you than any possible idea in your mind that you have the way, in our minds, I don't look at myself I look at myself in a pretty positive light, just because I know, I was created different and special and, all that stuff. And like, don't worry too much about all of that anymore. And I think that comes with just age and just having like the personality that I have, like, the cup is, always half full. And so with that, I just think people are going to be drawn to you as a person, as an individual, as a person who cares about them and their health above the sale, above the promotion, above the money. They just want you, your time, your love, and your strength, really, to do what you're doing. That's what they want from you.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and that I love that you shared that where you're like, listen, there is a lot of comparison that happens with social media. And I think that's another reason why the apps, the filters, all that, I'm guilty of it. I would totally will use a filter. If I don't have makeup on and I want to appear to have makeup on, I'll put a filter on my face with makeup on it because I don't want to go in and have to do that myself. I'm just telling my tips and tricks, but I'm also not taking it to the point where I don't think somebody would look at my face and say, hey, that doesn't look like you. Does that make sense? So it depends on what your authenticity level is, but you're right. I wouldn't go in either and shrink an entire photo of myself. Do you know what I'm saying? And then show up at church and be like 30 pounds heavier or whatever, than my photo. Be in your authenticity and know that you are loved just the way that you are. We're all doing the best we can. That's even the reason that we're on the products too. Just to try to better our overall human experience, better the way that we feel in our body, better the way that we appear. And you're right, the GLP-3 does give you glowing skin. I'm telling you. And I just took my I gotta be honest, I don't even think I'm measuring anymore. I think I'm doing this like 3 times a day, full dropper fulls, and my skin is absolutely glowing. And I love the way I feel. My workouts are stronger. I feel like my body's toning and I'm not even really trying. So anyways, that's my personal experience. But what I'll say is that this little bottle just keeps surprising me. Do you know what I'm saying? And so let it keep surprising you and keep being an example of it in your authenticity, in your rawness, where you're at, and you just keep going, right? So that's the beautiful part about it. We need to, and I think this is hard. We can say that we don't compare ourselves to other people, but I also want you to know that you're not competing with anybody. And I think sometimes we think we're in competition or something. There's like a quiet competition or something. Does that make sense? Like we're waiting to be enough or to be this, have a perfect post or have a perfect persona or something, an online social media profile. Please don't do that. Don't, like, you are just enough as you are. Be confident, be comfortable in your own skin. Know that all people people are going to be attracted to you. You're going to attract to you who you are or better, always. So whenever everyone's like, oh, I've got a specific avatar between the ages of 40 and da 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 da, I'm like, if you go be yourself, the right people will come because they'll be attracted to your energy. So when you put out positivity, when you put out authentic content and material, when you reach out with authenticity in your integrity. Listen, Becky, I'm reaching out to you for a reason, but first and foremost, I know we haven't chatted in a while. How are you doing? How is business going? I'm hosting this online presentation I don't want you to miss. I'd love for you to be on it. Or I'm hosting this in-person event. I'd love for you to not miss it. I'd love for you to be there. I'm hoping I can count on you, but how are you? Would that be an appropriate connection? Yes, because it's in your authenticity. I'm living my life. I know you're living yours. Hello, hi, knock, knock. How's it going? I'm doing this thing called 3 still. Or I just started this thing called 3. I'm very excited about it. I'd love for you to take a look and be honest, because I've always thought you had a great business mind, because I'm looking for leaders, because I'm wanting to partner with a few good people. And I think that you and I would make a great team, because I always know that you love health and wellness, because you value peptide therapy, whatever it is, because you run a great practice. I'd love to get my product in your practice. Be honest. Do it with integrity. Do it with the right intention. Why am I reaching out to you? Because I would love for you to represent these products. I'm launching a new product in the area. I'd love for you to represent it. Can I come by? Would it be okay if I stopped by for, 30 minutes this week and did a presentation for you? Do you have to look a certain way to do that? No. Do you have to say anything amazing? No. You just have to share what you have. You just have to be the spark, man. That's it, right? You go in and you be the spark, whether it's in person, online, over the phone, on a Zoom. You get to be you in your authenticity, doing what you do, doing what you love. Okay. And I know we talk a lot about scripts on here. We talk a lot about following, but that's to give you guidelines. It's like bumpers on a bowling alley. There's a lot of space in between there. But either way, the ball is going to go down. Right? So just know that you're going, the more you practice, you guys need to get on a bowling team. The more you practice, right? Your bowling team and your team helps you. And that's why we do these incredible calls. That's why we're here to share. And to give each other some feedback about what we see, right? A feedback about what's working, feedback about how we can improve and get a little bit better every day. There's no such thing as perfection. It's just getting a little bit better every day. And that's another thing I wanted to share, because seriously, this whole call today is about one thing. It's about taking action, not perfection, not overthinking, not waiting for the perfect photo, the perfect AI image to go out on social media for you to share what you have. We're talking about building the skills of connecting, inviting, and following through daily. That's why you come on this call. It's because to get clarity, to have a little bit more confidence, maybe a little more pep in your step. Maybe you hear BJ's story and you're like, I should reach out to my accountant, right? You know, I should talk to the lady at Costco. Yeah. I should connect with the woman at church, right? I should reach out to my business, my past business partners. I should talk to the girl, working out next to me at the gym, right? I should post, maybe one more post and really connect with people, not wait for them to reach out to me, even though I'm doing an ask, like, hey, DM me for more information, da, da, da. If they like your post and they're not in your team yet, who should you be reaching out to? Hey, Becky, thanks so much for liking my post. Hope all is well. I haven't talked to you in a while. How's everything? How's your family? How's work going? Form them, right? You get to do both. Because again, the key concept here, and this is the mindset shift I want you to take away from today, and after everything we've heard and we've shared with each other, Sarah Free doing a business event, inviting everybody. I don't even know this woman. She's, but I invited her anyways. Yeah. Because people don't join businesses. They join people that they feel connected to. They join people who care about them. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Are you invested in me or not? We live in a very dog eat dog world, unfortunately, where there's a lot of people who might start conversations or who are trying to sell them on something, but they're not really inviting them. They're trying to convince them, but they're not really inviting them into their world. They're not offering value. We don't sell people, although that's not a dirty word for me. I'm fine selling people. Hey, I loved Cindy Maddox's sharing how she broke down the cost point value for all of us over the weekend. That was huge. I watched it again because I was like, I saw how she presented it, because call it sales or call it connection. Either way, you can let curiosity do the rest. Would you like to save money or not? Basically is what she's saying. Would you, 25% off? It's just them getting a membership. Right? Your names list is your gold. Your names list plus social media is your gold. There is no person that is running out of people to talk to on here. Not at all. It's not possible. It's not possible for you to run out of people to talk to anymore because you have social media and you have places you can be, new places you can explore and do. I was telling this to my daughter this weekend. I said, she was struggling a little bit with some change, some things happening in her life. 20 years old is not easy, trying to figure out your life and what you're going to do and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what the problem is? I said, you have 1,000,001 possibilities in front of you, and you're so dang scared that you just won't pick one. And she was mad. Woo! She was so mad at me. What do you mean? And I'm like, you have free will. You have choice, right? What, you don't, your boyfriend's holding you back? Okay, take a break. What do you mean break up with my boyfriend? I'm like, if you need space to complete your education, yes. Because you're 20. They're never going to get this time back. You get to choose what you want to do with your life. There's 1,000,001 possibilities sitting in front of every single one of you as an adult, not as a 20-year-old. You still have the same choice, same opportunities. And some of you are sitting back waiting for somebody else to make a decision for you. Am I going to connect? Am I going to do an in-person event? Am I going to do a launch event? Am I going to follow up with my people today? Do I care if somebody says no to me? Do I care if they say yes? Right? What's going to be the game changer? Are you okay with recruiting? Are you okay with connecting and inviting people into your world, whether you've met them for the first time or not. I mean, you guys all have friends. You all have coworkers. You all have gym friends. You've got moms at school, maybe. You've got family, people you've met at events. If they know your name, they belong on your list. There's a reason you thought about them. Don't hesitate. You guys are all so in tune, right? And the more you're on the products, the more in tune you are with your body and the more available you are. By the way, I don't know if you guys, when we talk about having more clarity of mind, more focus, feeling better in our own body, I'm also talking about getting rid of the negative thinking, because all of a sudden you feel a little bit better, right? That's what I talk about, people being happier and healthier. You get to go out and you get to share that with your Instagram followers, with your Facebook friends, with your LinkedIn followers, doing stories. If you can't get a post out, do a story. Where are you today? At the coffee shop working? Take a picture, right? Look for likes, comments, suggested friends. You don't need more followers. You need more conversations. I do not need to accept everybody who's already in 3 as a friend. I'm looking for people who aren't in 3 yet. I don't need to be the most popular in the girl in the room. I need to know that I've connected with enough people that they get to be feeling a part of what's happening in the room. I've been doing this way too long. I've been doing this 17 years. If I never stepped on stage again to get any type of recognition, I don't care. I want my team on stage getting recognition. Are you with me? That's you guys. That's all of you. I want Irene Smith as a 3-star elite, right? I want Becky Anderson as a 3. I want everybody to be earning these incredible incomes. You've got to put your hat on and recruit and get to work and do the events and show up for yourself and do the social media posts perfectly and imperfectly without comparing. And so you might want to say to other people, if you're out there in the world too, hey, I saw your post and had to say, hi, how have you been? Random, but you popped into my mind today. How are you? I've been needing to reconnect with you. How's everything going? No pitch, no agenda, the art of connecting. That's what you say. What are you up to these days? How's work? How's life? How's family? Right? Hi, I don't know if this would be for you. Can I run something by you? I thought of you for something I'm working on. This creates curiosity without pressure. That's what we call a transition line. Okay. You could do an invite to look at the products. Have you seen what I've been doing with natural GLP support on my social media? I'm getting some crazy results and thought of you. Are you open to taking a look? I'm working on something in wellness plus e-commerce that's growing fast. Not sure if it's for you, but would you be open to checking it out? I'm looking for leaders, right? Invite, don't explain. Pique curiosity, don't overwhelm. See, that's the art, and it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's not hard. It's hard when you're first getting started to invite without over explaining. I'm going to put that in the chat. Okay. Invite, don't explain. Pique curiosity, don't overwhelm. Never give the full story until you have their full attention. How do you get somebody's full attention? It's hard. People can barely get my full attention for 30 seconds. Like, you got 30 seconds, right? Hey, Adrianne, just saw that you're traveling today. Wanted to see if you have ever thought about doing anything different. If I sent you a link about something, would you be open to taking a look? No, not today. Why? Because I'm traveling. Oh, when could you? Listen, you're going to have to get on my calendar. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm not closed. I need time. You need my time. You need to ask for my time. That's how busy I am. Are you guys asking people for their time? Are you being professional? Right? That's the difference between amateurs and professionals. I'm calling Sharon to schedule a time with her, right? I'm going to call Diane to schedule a time with her. Priscilla's on a boat. I have to sit down with her and work her names list. When can we get on the calendar? Right? You guys are busy too. So you've got to be intentional. All right. That's what I mean by that. A couple more things I wanted to, what else can I share with you, my friends, before I let you go? Bonus, these are some bonuses maybe. Hey, how have you been? What are you up to these days? Can I run something by you? Are you open to taking a look? Hey, just circling back, right? Just circling back. You don't need more training. I know I say that. I love that we plug into these trainings. I love that you guys all have tracker form 30s you're filling out. You're not done yet. You're just getting started. You have to hire you today. I'll hire you. Right now I'm hiring all 47 of you. You're all hired to promote 3 today. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach out and you're going to do a social media post. You're going to do something confident, not desperate, relaxed, not pushy, curious, not convincing. I know the timing is everything, and not everyone is ready at that first time, that first post, that first pitch. So you're going to go back to your list today and you're going to continue to invite, present, and follow up. And that's just the name of the game, right? For the next 30 days, I mean, seriously, it's March 23rd. I honestly can't believe that we're almost going into that. Easter's like, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming, right? I'm just saying, like myself included. But what gets tracked gets done. And so it's important for you guys to keep working out 10 new conversations, 10 follow-ups, 5 new invites, 2 presentations shared, right? You can adjust this based on whatever you're doing, but keep it simple. Consistency is a talent. It matters. Being consistent is a talent. It really is. It's an art to decide to be consistent. And I'm not telling you that you have to be 90% 3 today. Maybe you're 50% 3, and that's good. That's better than it was yesterday or the day before. A little bit goes a long way, and a lot can change in a short amount of time. And that's actually how I finished that conversation with my daughter. You have infinite possibilities in front of you. You're afraid to pick one and you'll find out. Pick a few people on your list to actually connect with, and you'll find out if they're perfect for your opportunity or not. They're perfect if they answer the phone. They're perfect if they reach back out to you. They're perfect if they're okay with receiving information. They're perfect if it's okay for you to follow up. They're perfect if you invite them to an in-person event and they say yes. Right? So that's what that is. We're going to play the perfect game today, but you're going to be consistent because we're working on flexing that muscle. The consistency muscle is important. And that's really where duplication happens. And somebody, said to me over the weekend, I said, oh, I'm so proud of you. I really want you to know I believe in you and I'm so proud of you. And she said, I believe in you too. If you could just do this. This is a private conversation. I won't share with you what was said. But if you could just do this. And I thought to myself, does she need me to do this for her? Or is this something she needs to do for herself that she just wants me to do for her? Have you guys ever had one of those? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not here to work for you. I'm here to work with you. You got to meet me halfway. Right? So if you're asking for 100% of somebody's undivided attention or focus time, are you giving them 100% of your focus time? Are you reaching out professionally to connect? Are you getting on the schedule? I'm going to double down on that. Okay. All right. Lessons. Okay. I got to go jump on. I'm going to do a podcast interview. But what I wanted to say is, I love that you said that. I love that Shannon said that. So great. We're all hired. Yes. We're all hired. I'm hired by 3. I just decided. I just made a decision right now to decide. Right? In Latin, you got to burn the bridges. To decide, not going back to the past. You're a new person in this moment. You decided you're going to reach out and connect. You decided you're going to do a social media post. You decided you're going to follow up with 3 people. You decided you're going to invite the next 10. You just made a decision because we're all hired. Okay. So you're going to go out with intention, follow up with intention, right? Listen, pique curiosity. Don't give the whole story. Don't over explain. If there's a tool for that, use the tool. If it's best said with a mentor, get a mentor on. Get somebody above you that maybe has just had a little bit more time. Okay. Get them on. If you have questions, you need to reach up. Okay. If you're feeling, Patty's already to work. Okay. If you're feeling like, a little bit less than, okay, in this moment, and you're like wondering, you're like trying to figure out exactly like what the perfect post would be, stop yourself right there. Breathe. Any post will do. Put it into ChatGPT. I'm not against AI, by the way. I actually really love it. I just want you to appear to be real. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's what my suggestion. It's a suggestion. You don't have to take it. But you can put something out there that's not convincing, but providing value. Reach out, connect, go back to your old post. Did you miss somebody? Did you miss someone that you could go back and reconnect with? Probably. Because we're not that, you're just not that good 100% of the time, and it's okay. It's okay. You're running a business, and that's why we track. All right. So get out there. Go get excited. How do we do? Can you, I don't even know, girl. I got to figure out even how to get on the podcast. Okay. So, all right. You just say yes and figure it out later. All right. Say yes and figure it out later. Go out, make a mess today. Love on yourself just a little bit. Please know and understand that you are enough. Who you are attracting are the perfect people. If you raise your energy level, you raise your vibration, not everybody can meet you at that level, but I promise you, every single one of you who's already on, who's in 3, who said yes, you've already elevated yourself. You've already raised your energy level. Just A, by being on the products, and B, by having said yes and being open to new, open to change, open to receiving, open to earning additional income. You've raised the bar. So when people don't always understand, it's okay. It's okay that they don't understand right away. That's the whole point. Let me bring you into my world. If you have a few minutes, I'd love to share something with you. All right? Okay. All right. I love you guys. Go make a mess, and we will see you. There's Monday Global Call tonight. And tomorrow we start our 3 OPPs, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3OPP.com. You can invite to any one of those, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, if you want to invite them to a live Zoom. They're all different. And then, yeah, let's just make it a great week. It's another great week. It's a happy Monday moment. Okay. You're hired. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. We'll see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.